If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why do I have to go through something like this?
Hajime? Did something happen?
Huh?
Hey, bastard!
Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing.
I don't really get it, but is that all?
I'm gonna do it!
As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what it means?
Hey,
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation?
jeez.
Even though Chiaki and Monami are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit. Which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. It's the only thing I can think of.
You serious?
So they're not World Ender? Then we really were tricked by Monokuma?
What a shock.
However...
The Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I believe Monomi never once denied that.
Damn it.
Even if there are allies, they might not just be allies.
Maybe Monokuma's telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation. But if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No, even her just being with us would have been a big help.
So what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. If we're gonna get out of here safely, we gotta do that graduation exam, right?
So annoying.
Graduation exam, huh? Not really good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than people dying.
You got that right.
Jeez.
Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? He's telling us to investigate like we have been?
Alright!
I'm gonna do it.
Prepare yourself.
Like,
Yeah, might be able to learn about something. About Hope Speak Academy, about ourselves.
I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine.
hey!
Hey, we can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right?
If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive by any means.
Of course!
Hell yes!
He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan about how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what's happened to Hope Speak Academy, none of that matters. What's important is I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now. But Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know that we'd never choose to stay on this island.
Hey, hey!
So what are we gonna do? Can we start already? What are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building?
Sure.
Even so.
I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions inside this damn building.
Well, I'll just go on ahead for now.
Whoa!
Hey, you're already going?
Jeez.
What is that idiot thinking running ahead without being cautious?
Man.
She obviously isn't thinking about anything.
However...
It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives.
Alright!
So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it is not scary if everyone stops at a green light.
If we stopped at the green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez.
Kana already took off on her own. Might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonia said, if there's no more killing, we don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore.
Let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
I'll go on ahead. See you guys later. Those brief words Fuyuhiko left in the gymnasium.
Excuse me?
I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me.
Sonia took a deep bow, then left the gymnasium.
Oh my.
Miss Sonia.
Miss Sonia!
Please don't leave me. I'll be in danger if I'm left alone. Yeah, 'cause I'll slaughter you.
Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who had just departed and left the gymnasium. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more. Just a bit more and it's gonna end. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual peaceful everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance toward that hope. Even though I don't understand and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening, for the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely gonna go home. Alright.
I knew you could do it.
Wonder what that achievement's for. I definitely didn't get every hidden Monokuma, and no one that I missed. Okay, nothing else in here, I guess.
The one thing said that if you want to get the answers, check the web, the Nagito message.
Huh? That's... I don't know where I'd connect to the web, though, but I'll keep it in mind.
I don't know.
That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. This is Monokuma's is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't even know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. Cool. Is this supposed to be like floor 5? Alright, Sonia, did you find anything?
This hallway. There is a strange feeling to it, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me?
Cool. Okay, let's go this way.
Oh.
Biolab. Man, this is a... Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
What happened?
I accidentally tabbed out.
Oh, okay.
All the doors are locked. What am I supposed to investigate? The dojo. So far, our only option. Is there any other places? No? Alright, the dojo.
Okay.
A quiver of arrows and some bloody duct tape. Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. What's this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. Wow, wonder if that's what we're looking for. Why is a manga with such a suspicious looking title laying out in the open like this? Almost like Monokuma wants us to read it, but how could that be? Let's start with history first, class. Reading manga is the third best way to learn about history. Then what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person. So, just as I thought, Monokuma made this. Totally explains how suspicious it looks. Really just want to ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. Look at anything that might be a clue to helping us get out of here, no matter what it is. Picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen throughout a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent. It's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent. So they decided to implement a new system, the Reserve Department. Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds, so the only reason for the Reserve Department was money, I'm assuming.
Okay.
And began further research of talent. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius to become mankind's hope. Just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident, and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. I don't think that's all to it, that there is to it. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly cancelled in the middle of its run. Plus these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga. The tragedy, and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, and the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. These names are so melodramatic. There's no way these incidents really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those reserve corps students, right?
But hold on.
That's weird. Oh, you're here again. Great. Glad to see you. Huh, that thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh?
Hey,
Why'd you forget that you were a part of the reserve department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered this that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird you actually forgot something like that, too. Well, what do you want me to say?
by the way,
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of the reserve corps students.
I got it.
Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. Huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you just wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I'd know anything about trauma, of course. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on.
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve corps student. Bitch! Damn it! The heck! Cool. Reserve department.
Nice.
The target seems pretty far away. If the production team had had more time, there could have been a minigame here. Wait, what am I saying? Yeah. What the fuck? Cherry tree is proudly displaying its full blossoms. The falling petal add to the elegance of the scene. If Yoko and Pekka were here, they would have looked truly picturesque. For their sakes as well, I'll definitely go home. There's a straw post. I guess that means it was used for training. There are a bunch of wooden lockers here. Each of them has traditional-looking woodblock keys sticking out of them. I guess they're just for show. There's nothing in particular that looks like a clue. It's an armor and a helmet. The map developers designed this to reflect a Japanese dojo? What the fuck are you talking about? Explain! Okay, dojo. Investigated. Feels good.
Thumbs up.
Hey, Kazuichi.
Bitch.
What's going on?
This hallway, it's kind of creepy. I can't go to places I should be able to go. It's like some rules being enforced for no reason. It's just like there's a bit of... It's like there's an invisible wall or something.
Banana. Okay. Okay, so I can go in here. I can go in there. Can't go in there. Okay, so I have to go to a different floor then. No. Oh, this is open.
Oh.
Metal slabs are covering portions of the classroom where windows would usually be. To go so far as to cover the windows like this. Does he really want to keep us locked inside? But why? The clock doesn't have any hands. What time is it right now? Can't see outside, so I don't even know if it's night or day right now. This is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope Speak Academy. Huh. Wasn't the Tragedy of Hope Speak Academy mentioned in that other manga too? That's why Hope Speak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, why can I not speak? Will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? Maybe! Gun! I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope Speak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated, stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the Tragedy of Hope Speak Academy occurred at Hope Speak Academy. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Isn't that the name of the... fuck, what was it? Back in the funhouse, there was the painting.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't it like an old guy? His name was
Yeah.
Izuru? Well, this says he's a student, so that doesn't make sense.
Huh.
Because no, he was the founder.
Oh,
The old dude was the
yeah.
founder. So what the fuck? That was his name, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Izuru was a genius known as the symbol of hope. Maybe it's the sun or something. Hope Speak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who is known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students at Hope Speak Academy of Hope Speak Academy Student Council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of Reserve Corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated, and the uprising began. And that heralded Hope Speak Academy's destruction. It's the entirety of the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy. So that's the big tragedy? Was, the founder's son, grandson, or whatever, fucking killed a bunch of kids?
Murdered people.
Okay, understandable.
That'll sure be tragedy.
Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. We're excited, Danganronpa 0. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope Speak Academy. That's not possible! What irony! For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. So what, he had multiple talents? So then he wasn't the reserve course. Right? But he killed reserve course kids? Okay.
Don't remember.
I think. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. Damn it, he always has to lead up to something offensive. Seriously pisses me off. But ultimate hope. Nagito mentioned that before too. But it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. What if that was the guy in the boat?
Boat guy.
What if that was boat guy?
Boat
He said he
guy.
had luck and like kind of just like was bored with everything. What if he's boat guy? So he put them here.
Well, it makes sense that he was bored, because if he possesses a bunch of different talents, like they said.
Yeah. So he brought us here. Right? Well, it looked
But
like he
why?
was trapped in the boat too. I don't fucking know. He said he had something from Junko. So it would make sense for him to be the mastermind.
Okay.
Because Junko's dead. Junko can't be the mastermind. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. Wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. Can I borrow one? Can I borrow one of your talents, man? Just kills us. That's right, the reserve department. Here, it said the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. And what about me? Was I a participant too? Did I kill a man? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. Yeah, well, a lot of things are beyond reason. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? There's this other student that isn't Izuru. A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? Junko. It's gotta be.
Gotta be.
It's gotta be, because Izuru said he knew Junko. Assuming the guy in the boat was Izuru. This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. You got that right, buddy boy. The mysteries just keep piling up. Fuck, I'm assuming it's all that's important here. Is it just unlocking room after room?
I have a feeling
Okay,
that's
is there
what's happening.
a new room open? And Kazuichi's gone? New room? New room? Aha! The biolab!
Raw.
Raw! Is Mondo Butter still here? What the hell's with this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's a morgue. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. Just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. I should hurry up, investigate, so I can get the hell out of here already. There's another manga just lying around here. Why is he making us walk around for this? Just hand us the books. Or just say it. This time the title is Manga for Morons, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I knew it. The next one would obviously be about the incident. The biggest... Do I have to read this every time? The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? What is the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history? Just what was that incident really all about? Might turn out to be something lame. I flipped through the pages of the manga and hoped that I was right. Just something lame.
It's like, hey,
Man, it's a
you're a
nice
loser.
cover art. Did you draw that yourself, Monokuma?
Love that.
A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with a sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet, and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. But then it was too late. The ends and the means at art had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear, as if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etats began occurring around the world. A war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy. A group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. So, Junko had a society. Okay.
Not surprised.
Understandable. Of course she has followers, are you kidding me? A person of, like, pure unbent chaos? That makes sense. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with that, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despairing engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. So, the other organization we've been talking about that was the Future Foundation's anime is probably Ultimate Despair, right? The second organization?
Oh.
It's the only other one I can think of. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. Probably because, I was gonna say probably because we're standing in a fucking freezer room. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant? What's happened to them?
No way!
Hey, are you seriously yelling at a manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this?
What?
Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough, what is this messed up manga? I thought you'd obviously know about such an horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember that. Such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though, thanks to them stealing your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. This incident really happened? And I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
What are you
How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real.
Hello.
Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well-adjusted lives in the outside world. I see. So that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. If this is a simulation, does that mean no one's really dead?
I need answers.
I need answers. Answer me! Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate, but on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you about what the outside world is like before you make a decision, whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. He's trying to make us feel despair towards the outside world, so we'll want to stay on this island. There's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps... No, that's definitely it. Okay, so our truth bullets are just going to be this shitty manga.
Love that.
Great, that's not going to confuse me at all. I'm going to forget which means which. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? They're devoted to a certain student, Junko, who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction. For some reason, I can't say Hope's Peak Academy. For some reason, I'm like, Hope's Peaks. Are they
Okay,
connected?
but I understand.
Are they both connected to the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. But if they're known as Ultimate Despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. Then, are the killings we're involved in connected to them as well? Fuck if I know. It's no use. I'm gonna freeze to death. I'm at my limit. I really need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. Started crying.
My tears froze.
My tears froze to my face. Started punching myself in the face to try to break the tears. Whew, that was close. Nearly froze to death. So, where should I go next? Probably whichever room just unlocked itself. You were already unlocked? Oh no, you're not unlocked. Oh! I forgot about you! You're still alive?
Uh-oh.
Bye! Maybe I should check it out. Okay. Just gonna pretend that didn't happen.
He died.
No, nobody died. If I am in denial, then everything is okay.
What?
No, I should ignore it. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see him. Is this Monokuma or is it a hidden Monokuma?
Hiya.
Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here?
No.
Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you all on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? Should have done that from the beginning. Didn't want to read your manga in the first place. A high school student who doesn't like manga is like a sumo wrestler who doesn't like eating hot pots. I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up, what'd you need to tell me? It's about that key piece of information you've been waiting so long for.
What?
Surprise! It's about ultimate despair. Uh-huh. Ahem. Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days, it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. A high school girl?
Yes, indeed.
Lady Junko Enoshima. Junko Enoshima? That's what I just said, you cunt! As the formal ultimate despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the ultimate despairs. There's one really horrible person in that group.
Don't fuck with
Hold
me.
on a sec. I don't know what the ultimate despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl. Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it.
Hey.
That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat.
Huh?
And what was their purpose?
Huh?
What? Like I said, why'd they cause the incident? Doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without any purpose.
Hey,
It was Junko Inishima's despair. Uh-huh. For Junko Inishima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Inishima as Junko Inishima. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm a stuffed plushie. Hajime's a human. It's exactly like that. Junko Inishima is so full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving. For her, everything is despair. What the fuck?
That's not what he said.
Well, that's how I feel.
Alright.
You really just like piped up. This is like, you have no voices in the scenes. You're like, this is pretty funky fresh.
Literally, I'm just sitting here like, well, that's not ideal.
With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea has been slammed right into their minds. And so, the ultimate despairs who have been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs.
Oh. I was gonna get up and use the bathroom, but I'm glad I didn't, so I didn't miss that part.
What is he implying?
He said that they became Junko's limbs.
Does he mean that literally or figuratively?
Knowing Monokuma, probably both.
Okay. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Inishima. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Inishima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends, and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. Okay. He's talking about Nagito. Because he mutilated himself and took her hand, I guess. Does that mean that everyone in this game is part of that?
I don't know.
Or just him?
Well, I mean, if it was with the bandages, didn't Mikon also have some, like all the bandages?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean anything because Nagito didn't have bandages or a Junko hand the entire game. And Mikon's a doctor. I mean, I guess it could be. Maybe she has the other hand. I don't know.
I'm just throwing things out there. Listen, I'm
Man, I don't know.
making me think in like 2030 vision, and I don't have that vision.
I can't see.
Literally.
There's no way that something that crazy is possible. Do you know about the final days of the Reserve Corps students during the tragedy of Hope Peak Academy? Final days.
In other words,
Junko had the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. What do you mean final days? What happened to the Reserve Department?
of course.
They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so the 2,357 students of the Reserve Department all committed mass suicide. Mass suicide?
Oh.
What'd you say?
Except for me, apparently, because I'm special. All 2,357 students? Oop, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person was excluded, huh? Is that me? The alive one?
Damn it!
I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko Nishima. Doesn't scare me at all. I mean,
Bastard!
Junko Nishima's already dead. Huh? How the fuck do you know that?
What? Hi,
Hey.
Fuyuhiko.
Fuyuhiko, is it true what you said? Junko Nishima's really dead?
Huh?
Oh, you didn't see? There's a book called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life, in that bloody classroom. Bloody classroom? Oh, wait, what was that you said about the Killing School Life? Like, the killings we were involved in, they were the killings that happened at Hope Peak Academy? As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what it was. Killing School Life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey,
For a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school life was Junko Nishima. The mastermind took her own life, which means she's dead.
like,
Turns out this killing school life, is she not dead? Is that what this is? Is she not dead?
I have no idea.
I'll kill her myself. It turns out that the killing school life was part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Host Peak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Host Peak Academy. She took away their memories. It's just like us. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a limit to being a cruel asshole. Surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing.
no.
Students of Hope Peak Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival. They were trying to fill everyone who watched their broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko Nishima failed. Junko lost to the students she placed in her trap, and after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Then Junko's no more. Stop looking at me like that! No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter.
Bastard!
Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore. Then, who is our enemy? Junko Enoshima's already dead. Are the rest of the Ultimate Despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we're involved in resemble that killing school life. Well, I don't know in the hell's imitating Junko and making us go through this, but... Izuru? An imitation's just that. An imitation.
No shit.
The students from Host Peak Academy stopped the real deal. There's no way we'll lose to some fake. This is really an imitation. Are the surveillance cameras the same too? Cameras all over Jabberwock Island? Are they broadcasting to somewhere just like the surveillance cameras during the killing school life? Cool. Dead as fuck, boy. Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What, do you have a problem with that? Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna
Oh
do?
well, I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that? One step at a time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route. Not making sense again.
Well now.
Now then, I'll give you guys my all. I'll tell you everything I know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. Do I have to talk to you again?
What?
What a surprise! Do you want to hear about the Ultimate Despairs again? No, I don't really need you to.
Hey,
Even though the term Ultimate Despair refers to a group these days, it was actually a term used. He started on his own. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear it again. All right, I'll just leave.
Alright. I
I love that black blob, huh? Change to a different hallway again. Different floor? What's gonna happen? What's making this
different
happen?
floor.
I've already decided I'm not gonna be surprised. There's no reason for me. There's no time for me to be surprised. Surely nothing can go wrong. Hey, Kane. Talk to me. Kane's twitching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened?
Based on my gut feeling.
Well, you know, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer.
Huh? What do you mean? Who?
So, I don't know. It's just my gut after all.
It's just my gut.
Still, her gut's pretty impressive. For some reason, strangely intuitive. And Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming. Surprising, but her gut must be correct again this time. Oh, we love that Rubik's Cube.
Tag yourself. I'm the rotating, floating Rubik's Cube. Okay, I know like the black spots like coming into like the screen are supposed to be like ominous, but I just literally every time I see them, I'm like, oh, it's me when I stand up too fast.
Mood. I don't want to deal with the pet anymore. I'm sad.
I would like to check on.
How you doing? Chibi me's fine.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Chibi me's going through a lot right now. This looks like the music room. I'm not gonna be concerned about that thing in the center. I feel like I can see something strange. This looks like some sort of monument. Why'd there be a monument in a music room? Not just that, the mark engraved into that monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation, right? Below that symbol, there's a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope Speak Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. Huh? Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hope Speak Academy? Aren't they known as World Enders? Wait, does it mean Makoto, Byakuya, they're the Future Foundation?
What? I'm so confused.
I don't know! I'm trying to understand!
I'm lost.
Aren't they known as World Ender? It's completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up. Cool. What is this? Words are floating in the air. It's like a hologram, right? Floating letters are forming a sentence. Looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope Speak Academy. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hope Speak Academy, it's possible that they may be targeted by ultimate despair. I believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko Onishima rallying them. In a worst-case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killing school life. Also, if they are survivors of Hope Speak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We'll continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we received a report from the research facility on Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. See if we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo World program. Survivors of Hope Speak Academy? 15 students? Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, who's part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking about from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore. Maybe... I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we've lost. Do-do-do-do-do. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hope Speak Academy, and they took us in to protect us. If that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma. If he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused this biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko Nishima are making us go through this. So this caught my attention in the email, too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? So the Neo World program might be the simulation? If this really is a simulation, because I'm sorry, the world doesn't glitch in reality?
Depends on your eyesight.
The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow there's still so many mysteries. Okay, bye. How much investigating? We're okay, we went to the music room. Love is an open door! We get copyright claimed! This feels different from a classroom.
Maybe.
It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has that stuffy teacher vibe to it.
The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that.
Well, more importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere.
How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already. Thanks, Hajime.
Thank you, Hajime.
What an icon. Yeah. It's the same picture. There's something written on the blackboard. What's written here? List of subjects is written on the blackboard in large letters. Just below that are names I've seen before, such as my name. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko Sayanji is written there. What is this newspaper? You walking on pigtails. What is this?
What?
It says Miss Hiyoko Saionji. This can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? How many Hiyoko Saionjis do we know? The Hiyoko we knew. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It's pretty much her defining feature. But the photo in this newspaper. In a way I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure. Too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean? Okay, so it's definitely a simulation.
This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hyoko's older sister or something?
No, it says Hiyoko Saionji here.
Oh, then Hyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name? Are you stupid?
An older sister with the same first and last name? I mean...
Are you stupid? That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it for yourself. That's not Hyoko.
But did you ever hear her mention an older sister?
Man.
Well, it's not like I was that close to her or anything.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Saionji family's only daughter.
She doesn't have a sister, then a relative? No, there's still too much of a resemblance.
What are you
That's
saying?
Hiyoko. Huh?
Of course not.
What are you saying? Hyoko doesn't have a curvy body like this. I hate you. I mean, she was famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap for looking like that.
Well,
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe she had a growth spurt. What are you saying?
She died.
She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt.
Today,
Well,
I'm
regardless, all the
feeling
clues I
quite-
provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
What the heck? This is the truth?
This is the truth, and the Hiyoko in this newspaper. Is he really saying this is the same person? It's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiyoko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Why do you even exist?
Yeah, you got a point there, Chief.
Could it be related to that list of subjects over there?
Sure. Huh?
This is bad.
If it says subjects, maybe it means there was some kind of experiment, right? Did that experiment change Hyoko's body? Oh, what am I saying? Just saying it out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment?
Some kind of experiment. It would mean that we're also test subjects, right? I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under that list of subjects. What kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
What's going on? It better not have anything to do with time travel. What the fuck, Kazuichi?
Man, I don't know. This bitch. An extremely overwhelming portrait is hanging on the wall. I feel like I've seen it before, but the name etched into the placard says, Hope Speak Academy founder, Izuru Kamakura. Founder of Hope Speak Academy, and this name, Izuru Kamakura. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Damn,
Yes.
Another mystery. The Academy's founder! That. There are letters floating in the air like the music room for earlier. This looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. It's the same one from earlier. Guess I should read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely acquire them, please do your best and continue your investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junko Enoshima, the fact remains they're incredibly dangerous. Even after her death, the tragedy is not ended. Perhaps there's still a leader on par with Junko Enoshima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does that mean this is an order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds, it's pretty much all-out war. This would be even funnier if the remnants of despair are us. It's like, man, it's pretty understandable that they'd want to kill them, lol. If the remnants of despair are the ones waging that war, there's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Cool. Okay, with this, you've totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime. You shall now go on to the next stage. What else can there be? Next stage? Okay. Cool. Next stage. Bye, Kazuichi. I don't want to speak to you. Floor 3. Damn it, not again. This hallway is different from the last time. I guess when that flag Monokuma mentioned is raised, I'm moving to a different hallway than the last. How can he do that? Oh, now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it's just gonna waste my energy. It's better just not to think.
Don't think.
Physics lab. Taka's body! I wanna see a corpse. This disturbing lack of corpses. Art room is closed, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Aha. Rec room. Where Celeste got bludgeoned with a hammer.
Pain.
There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. Hard to think a room like this actually exists inside a school.
Is anyone gonna mention that the table is floating?
It's not important. This hologram again. What's this one say?
Alright.
It looks like another email passage. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have finally succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them. Due to the fact that we were unable to ask them about specific details, it is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some were wounded, so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they are the same age as the others, so we've decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school life. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigation. Once they are discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. Okay, so they're talking like they're two separate entities. So maybe we're not the remnants of despair. Maybe Nagito's a double agent, and that's why he was trying to get us fucking murdered. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. It says here that they succeeded in acquiring them and have placed them in our care. It means we should have been protected by the Future Foundation, right? Then why is this happening? If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why were we forced to kill each other on this island? Maybe Monokuma was unpredictable. Maybe Izuru put Monokuma here. Maybe.
I'm so confused.
Well, I guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation set all this up. Sure.
What's this?
My, Hajime. If you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse. It's your fault. What is this hologram thing anyway?
Hey,
It's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. Thought they made the perfect clue, so I did a bit of hacking here and there to get them. You can even do that. Whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents. Haha, it is Izuru!
No.
Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important at all. There's no way that's not important. Its true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. It's a file with Hope's Peak Academy's seal on it. This is confidential. Means this is a big secret, right? What would an important document be here? Like every other weird document. Why am I even asking a question like that? Obviously Monokuma's responsible. Anyways, I need to confirm what's inside the file. About the Hope Cultivation Plan. For many years, Hope's Peak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seeks to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Hope's Academy was behind something like that? I don't really get it, but something about these words. True hope, huh? Fucking I don't know. Anything else? Oh, maybe there's something else important. There's a lot of different magazines here. Fashion, is there one that's upside down? I don't see one upside down. Even a magazine about cameras. Mahiru would have been happy to see this.
Why are these things floating?
For fun! There's a dartboard. It's still school, right? Or did Monokuma just randomly make up this place? It's a nice, firm-looking leather sofa. Looks like it'd be comfortable for anyone to sleep on. Didn't Sakura die on that?
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say anything.
Ah! Don't make me walk upside down. Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. Pretty much used to it by now, but even so. What is this space? Am I dreaming or something? I mean, it's totally just disconnected from reality. Also, I'm upside down! Wait, are we on floor 3 now? Or floor 2? This sucks. Oh, cool. How you feeling?
It smells.
Close. It's very close. Someone is coming.
Kana's twitching her nose and examining her surroundings.
Based on my gut feeling.
They're definitely real close. At least, that's what my gut is telling me.
Then answer this with your gut. Is it an enemy or an ally?
Let's see. My gut feeling is...
Well,
They're both.
He's right. They're both.
Both? What do you mean?
You.
I don't know any details. Just my gut after all.
Well, that's true, I guess. Duh, 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 duh. Man, it's gonna be real
pink
easy to
square
find the
on
room.
the wall back there, but I don't know if it was actually something.
Ah, the library! Byakuya's favorite room! Can I be upside right now? Yes!
Oh wow.
Fantastic news. This must be a library.
Broken floor.
Monokuma probably left something here, too. Should hurry up and find it. It's a hologram again. Must be another one of the Future Foundation's emails. I should read it. There's no doubt it's another clue. Future Foundation's 14th Division, Makoto Naegi. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What you're doing is a serious act of treason. Do you understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? So, wait, is this to Makoto Naegi? Yeah,
Yes.
to Makoto Naegi. He's protecting the remnants? Oh, we are the remnants, aren't we?
Oh.
Should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep these people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agreed with our ideals, right? Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy, you survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. What does this mean? This email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Naegi, but he's with the Future Foundation, right? Why was he trying to protect the remnants of despair? Did he betray the Future Foundation? I think that he lied and said that the survivors were separate from the remnants. And then he got caught.
Oh no.
That's what that sounds like. Because I'm assuming that emails are in order. Otherwise, that would make no fucking sense. Is that everything? Okay. I don't want to be upside down again. Ah. It sucks! Okay. Library. This way. Ah. Wee.
Yeah.
Laundry room. Wait, isn't the laundry room on the first floor? Yeah, it is. It's on the first floor. Okay. Huh? Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but this looks like the laundry room. No use worrying about it, but I was in a school and now I'm suddenly in a laundry room. That's pretty cool.